Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review in partnership with Wig Studio One. This is a brand new Toni Brattin style called Sensational in the color light brown. This is the third Toni Brattin wig I've reviewed in partnership with Wig Studio One. They've all been in the color light brown. If you want to know more about this curly, cute, sassy style, then stick around. I will show you everything you need to know. I am once again super grateful for Wig Studio One partnering with me to bring you some new styles and some more budget-friendly styles. Now this one is a basic cap, machine-made cap with lots of sassy curl, and I know some of my curly girls are going to want to know a little bit about this one. But before we get there, if you've not checked out Wig Studio One, I encourage you to please go to their website, wigstudio1.com. They have great support, they have blog posts, they do lots and lots of reviews, so a lot of the wigs on their site will have a review video embedded in the product page, which is really helpful. And they also have a Facebook group. It's Wig Studio One Wig and Topper Support Group. More than 10,000, I think more than 15,000 women all supporting each other on the wig wearing journey. All right, everybody, let's take a look at this one from all around. Now, I haven't done any styling to this one. This is pretty much out of the box. We will talk about some of the quirks. Now, this one has some just adorably sassy curls. Let me get up close here so you can see them. Those curls are just the cutest. Now, it does have a little bit of a wonky, curly, straight thing going on. So this front section really doesn't have much curl to it. It does have wave, but it's got all this curl and then it's a little bit straighter in the front. Now, I really think if you like this style overall, I think you can play with it and work with it. I think if you use some styling product, if you use some styling accessories, and you just work with it, get some of this up a little bit so it's not so flat in the front, I really think you can play with this one and make it really cute. But I do think this one just needs a little bit of TLC right out of the box. Now it has, I would say, a light to moderate hair density, and it does have permatease. So when I put my fingers in here, I can feel the permatease, the crimpy fibers. It's nowhere, maybe right here just a little bit, but nowhere is it really poofy or pillowy. It's just sort of a light coating of permatease all around. I appreciate when they do that with curly wigs so much because I do think curls need the support of a little bit of permatease to help them stand up, you know, be spunky, have a little body. I have had some curly wigs in the past that really didn't have permatease, and they just look lifeless and they fall flat throughout the day. So one thing I really want you to think about with permatease, because I know I have a lot of wig sisters who are kind of anti-permatease and won't even think about it. Some styles, if you wear them all day long, the heat of your head and gravity will start to drag the style down if it doesn't have any permatease. And you might find yourself constantly trying to fluff it up. So don't always write off permatease as being a complete negative. I think on a curly wig like this, it can be really beneficial. Now this one does have some slight bangs, or not slight bangs, it has bangs, and they're actually a decent length. I do think there's a couple of little pieces that I would want to trim for me personally. I have about a 3-inch clearance between my eyebrows and the hairline, and a lot of bangs are too long on me. So this is actually surprisingly fitting well. But if you don't want it to be a full bang, I do think if you just play with it and sweep it a little bit, you can do it more side swept, or you can do it full bang. This doesn't have any cap features. It is a machine-made cap. We'll take a look at that right now. So you aren't going to be pulling that bangs off of your forehead. So I really appreciate how they constructed them because it does help hide the cap. And I don't think you have to worry at all, even about a wind coming and blowing them because of how they've been constructed. So you've got nice soft material right here. You actually have open ear tabs and an open extended nape. And look at how far I have these adjusters cinched in. So I did this review yesterday, and I didn't turn my microphone on. So there was I'm talking and you're not hearing anything. So I had to refilm this today. Yesterday, when I first started my review, I had the adjusters all the way out because I always start with them all the way out so I can assess cap size. Look at how tight I pulled these in, you guys. This is running quite large. So I want you to, let me double check that I didn't get a large. It doesn't say I did. In this Toni Brattin release, I don't know if all 3 of the wigs have a large size. I know 2 of them do. I'm not sure if this is one of them, but I noticed that they had like the one and then they had another with a plus next to the name because it was a large size. So this is running really big. So much stretch, you guys. When I pull this up, I get so much stretch. So I would say this is definitely big head friendly. 22.5 circumference, easy, because I have 22 inches and I almost have this completely cinched in. Plus it has all that extra stretch. I don't have a lot of extra cap over the top of my head. That's the only concern I have, is it's like the circumference is really running large, but the rest of the cap isn't really running large. But I do want to mention that circumference because I get that question all the time. If you have a petite measurement, you're going to have to do something with this one to have it fit you comfortably. Since I'm 22 inches and I have it cinched all the way in, almost, there's just a little bit left to go. You know, if you're 21.5, you don't have a lot more to cinch in beyond what I've done. So just kind of keep that in mind. But it's really, really darling. Really darling. And like I said, wind blows. Because this front section is wavy and it's most of the hair is here, it's more of a heavy bang. If the wind blows, this whole thing isn't going to blow. You don't have to worry about seeing the cap on this one. All right, let's talk about this color, light brown. As I've said in my other videos, if you have seen them, I don't consider this a light brown. I consider this more of a medium brown compared to the industry. Now they do have a medium brown. I'll be very curious to see if I can get my hands on it to do a comparison because I think that would be helpful. But when I hear light brown, I picture something a lot lighter than this. This is more of a medium. It's also quite auburn. I am finding that it's got a lot of really strong auburn tones to it. It's not really an auburn, but I would almost call it like a hazelnut in some other brands. It's not heavily highlighted. It's not highlighted at all. It's very well blended. So it's just a really natural, light to medium, let's compromise, brunette. Really pretty color. If you're looking for a brunette that isn't super dark, you don't want anything approaching light to blonde, and you don't want to draw attention to your hair. You don't want people coming up and asking you who does your hair, for example, because of all the highlights, then this will be a great color for you. Let's get outside so we can see this color outside. Thank you once again, Wig Studio One, for sending me this one so I could show it to everyone. I do think that for someone looking for a really kind of short, compact piece with curl, this one could be a good one if you can kind of figure out how to get it all styled up in the front. But honestly, it almost looks really like naturally curly hair because of how the curls arrange and how the rest of it lays. I think it looks fairly natural. All right, everybody, let's get outside. Thanks so much for watching. All right, here we are. Light brown outside. You can see it's not super light. That's why I say it's more of a light to medium. Nicely blended, no heavy highlights. Very, very natural, super natural looking. Let's get up close. All right, I hope that helped you if you're trying to decide. Thanks for watching.